Hello, my name's Andy. I'm the Ginger Pond Keeper. Welcome to episode 102. In this episode, I'm going to be looking at how I monitor the pond. Not the parameters or clarity or anything to do with the water really, but for the security and well-being of the fish. Aside from sitting in the garden all day, or if raining, the conservatory, most of this monitoring is carried out with cameras. Now, I'm the first to admit maybe more cameras than I actually need, than anyone could really need, but they do all serve a purpose and allow me to monitor both the fish and any potential visitors. Which means I guess I should explain the purposes of monitoring the pond. Firstly, it's to watch the fish, seeing what their behaviour is like when you're not visible to them, whether they're jumping or flicking, and other occurrences such as spawning. Secondly, to watch for the behaviour of other animals, both invited and uninvited, including cats, even our own, herons, otters, and potentially foxes. Thirdly, to keep an eye on the pond when I'm away on holiday. Fourthly, and probably most lazily, I use it to keep an eye when I'm filling the pond up after cleaning. Not really a reason I'd buy a camera for, but it is helpful nonetheless. Right, onto the cameras themselves. First up is an old iPhone. I use this in conjunction with the DroidCam app, which enables me to use it as a wireless webcam, which in turn allows me to access it through my laptop or PC and view the whole garden. This is useful for watching what other animals are up to, especially my own cats to be honest, other people's cats, and probably most importantly though, any visiting herons, rare as they are. Its pros are that it gives me a clear view of the whole garden in real time. It was free, the app was free, and also the iPhone as it was just sat in a drawer unused. Its cons are there's no recording feature unless I use another app like OBS, and consequently no motion detection, and it's not got night vision, and I can only really see the fish if they're up at the surface. I must admit though that during the day this is the camera I usually have on while I'm watching telly or working on my computer, until nightfall at least, when I swap to my next camera. Which brings me to the primary camera, my CCTV, and the one I'd keep if I could only have the one camera. I've had one for many years, and it both allows me to observe the fish and to also spot if any predators visit, while also allowing me to check if some of the pond hardware is working as it should, the filter, returns, skimmer, air disc, etc. It's given me some great shots of the fish while they've been feeding, exploring, and just chilled around the pond, relaxed and seemingly content. Additionally, I've been able to spot possible indications of health problems, for instance them jumping or flicking, etc. This is my second of this type of camera, and it does have some additional features that my original one didn't have. Most useful is being able to control both vertical and horizontal movement from my phone or PC, which allows me to maybe focus on particular areas of the pond, especially as I don't really have the whole of the pond in shot at the moment. I do intend to change that in the future, and I want to put it into a better position, which is why it's on a fairly ugly bracket at the moment, as that's just a sort of placeholder. Its pros are that its overall image quality is very good. The remote control movement, the night vision quality is also good, the connection over Wi-Fi is consistent and strong, and it can be accessed through my phone and computers and can be accessed remotely, meaning I can be away from home and still check on the pond. The cons, well, are limited. It's really got only one, and that's the motion detection. And it isn't really, I guess, the camera's fault that much. Basically, I've struggled to get the sensitivity right, so I either get too many videos or not enough. And most significantly, the camera is a magnet for spiders and moths and other insects, and as such means most of the videos it tends to save are of giant creatures blocking the view of anything happening in the pond. Which brings me to why I use the next camera, the first of two trail cams. Now, I didn't plan on having two trail cams, nor do I really need to, but my first one frequently stopped working, I think due to rain, so I bought a replacement. However, after drying out the first, it's now working again, so it's filling a small gap I have in my video monitoring. Why I have a trail cam at all, I'll cover later on. So the purpose this camera serves is really to replace the motion detection that doesn't really work properly on the CCTV, which it does pretty well and doesn't seem to attract insects. Its pros are, well, just that really. It detects motion and takes a video. Its cons are that the image quality isn't great, as you'll see when I get to Trail Cam 2. Also, I'm just waiting for it to fail again. Before we get to the second trail cam, however, I'll turn to a less permanent option, although arguably the camera that gives the best and most insightful footage. This is the GoPro, which I've used predominantly to capture underwater videos. At the start of this channel, the vast majority of videos were of the fish taken underwater. It was the kind of content I really liked making, as it showed the fish looking at their most natural and at home in their environment. There were and are issues with colour grading and the like when filming underwater, but they can be largely solved when editing. I made a video about this, so I'll not waffle on any more about it. Originally, I had an old GoPro 3 that recorded in 1080p and was a little temperamental, especially over time. I've now got a GoPro 9 which records in shiny 4K. I've not made so many underwater videos of late. I had plans for 2023, but the otter clear out reduced my motivation somewhat, but I do plan to restart this sort of filming this year. Its pros are that it captures fish in a way that you'd otherwise not see, even if you had a window. It allows you to see even small health issues that couldn't be seen otherwise without netting the fish. Its cons are you can't capture live footage. You're never really that sure that you're pointing it exactly where you want it. You're somewhat at the mercy of light conditions in the pond, and you're limited really to how long the battery or your memory card lasts. Right, as promised, on to the second trail cam, where I'll finally explain why I have a trail cam at all. As you may know, last year the otter clear out happened, see the linked video, after which I both restocked the pond and added some protection to my fencing to hopefully stop otters getting into my garden. I'm fairly confident, but not 100% confident, and I won't be really until I've actually seen an otter try to get in and fail. I obviously would be really happy for them never to try, but I can't be sure things are safe until I've seen them try and fail with my own eyes, or at least a camera's eyes. Hence the trail cam. For the last year I've had a trail cam attached to a tree behind my garden's fence, pointed at the fence. It's been there capturing what's visited for the last about 52 weeks, aside from about a total of 3 weeks when the first one started disliking the wet weather. In that time I've captured a lot of animals, mostly my own cats. Other people's cats, hedgehogs, mice, pigeons, jays, and lovely, lovely foxes. But no otters, which is good. It means they've probably not been back. But as I've said, I can't feel totally relaxed until I've seen them try and fail in the face of my maybe expert safety measures. In the meantime, however, I am getting some nice images of local animals, which is no bad thing. As I said, the original camera started playing up, so I got a new one. Like the change in CCTV and the GoPro, the new trail cam, although costing about the same as the original, is also an improvement in a number of ways. Firstly, it has a small solar panel, although this time of year and sheltered by trees means this doesn't work too well. It also uses ordinary batteries, and I've got rechargeable ones, which saves on costs. Most usefully, I can also check what it's captured from an app on my phone and download and delete them, so I don't actually have to go outside to do so. Finally, the video quality, as I think you can probably tell from these videos, is much better than the old one. Pros. It's an easy way of monitoring how effective my defences may or may not be. The video quality is good, local wildlife is interesting, and downloading videos is easy. Cons. Even though it has a lock around it, it might get nicked. I can't really see all of my fence, as the available trees to attach it to don't allow full view of my fencing without also showing the road, which means I then get about 20,000 videos of cars. Right, that's all my video monitoring covered, and yes, I know it's somewhat over the top, but they all kind of have a purpose and give me some peace of mind. Thanks very much for watching, I really do appreciate it. I have a couple of other videos planned to make over the coming weeks, so hopefully I'll be continuing this more frequent posting further into 2024. If you've liked this video, please like, please comment and please subscribe. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.